playing video games.
In theory, we're live.
No, I'm around now.
The void has taken over.
That's what we get for the fucking fart noise after the fart is off.
Slide whistle fart noise. He's like, I've had enough of your childish humor.
Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway, hi.
I mean, we still haven't gotten the email, so, I mean, we're
Maybe
live. Hi. Maybe hi.
I mean...
Oh, hey, there it is. Okay.
So, hi. What's up?
I would like to say hello, but...
Hello?
Axis, nope, you don't need to be back there. Go on. Go on, you don't need to be back there. And you can, you can go sit with Jess.
But I don't want to sit with Jess, Father.
I want to take over your live stream.
You want the pets, though.
You do. You want the face scritches. Do I want the... Yeah, sure, we'll get a rumbly controller.
Oh, nice. Now a belt for an eye patch. That's...
So that is one of 3 flags you can choose when you get your own ship.
Oh, well.
You get a ship called the Delphinius. And one...
You have to have the belt eye patch.
You have to have the belt eye patch. Sadly, this is not as queer-coded as Our Flag Means Death.
That's unfortunate.
But this is one of 2 games...
Our Flag Means Death is not quite queer-coded. It's just straight up
queer,
which is why I love it.
But this is one of 2 games that made me go, yeah, I'm Polly. Because the 3 main characters, you've got Vice, and Aka, and Fina. And there's a weird, like, love triangle that kind of happens between them. And as a team, I'm like, they all clearly care for each other. Why not just all of them date each other? That should have been a clear clue as to...
I mean, yeah.
Just saying.
I have those feels about a few characters that I like. Yeah.
He was just straight up watching the TV. What are you?
Oh, I was just appreciating his blocking the camera from seeing my face.
No, he was just straight up.
Be curious more about the TV.
Hey, wanna watch TV? Like, no, I want Pettin's father. Oh, itchy butt. Oh, that's an itchy butt.
Oh, it looks like my power goes back.
Oh no.
Actually, go get the adapter.
Alright, I always thought that the 2 guards who are piloting look like the guy who played Sandman in Spider-Man. Thomas Hayden Church, I think. Is that who?
I don't think I actually saw that Spider-Man movie.
I mean, I have to check.
Alright, you check. I'm gonna get my adapters. My power bank just crapped its pants.
Yes, Thomas Hayden Church.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't they look like...
Yes.
Everyone on the internet, you can check. Like, that looks like him from the 90s. Like, that is a 90s haircut of him. They currently cloned him, and he is piloting this airship. What you doing, Rowan? You're being a silly boy.
You can also run away.
Meanwhile, Rowan's just gonna sit there and watch. She's like, "What are you doing? Can I get in on this? Is this a toy? This looks like it could be a toy."
I mean, it's not supposed to be a toy, but humans usually just use it as a toy.
Oh god, me watching your Let's Play of this game and watching Penn's Let's Play, this should have been a clear clue that I'm... Ooh. Sorry, son.
Ow.
You
Sorry,
right?
I'm having a very uncoordinated day today, y'all.
Hello, Atelier. I mean, yeah, I actually kind of knew I was poly back in high school. I just didn't have the vocabulary for it, which was around the time that this came out. This is actually around the time that I kind of figured out, like, I'm not completely monogamous, and that's weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, teenagers!
I'm polyambiguous, so my feelings on it are ever changing.
Ever changing.
Depends on the relationships and whether or not it can be done with. I don't know what that's like.
And the inner machinations of your mind are an enigma.
They are.
Also, his sleeves are held on by belts.
I mean...
Look. Or they're not held... Yeah, they're held on by belts. Both connecting to the shoulder and around the...
It's just... It's so impractical.
He's just got a lot going on. She's got a lot going on. She's got goggles. She's got Pippi Longstocking pigtails. She's got a boomerang that is bigger than both of his swords combined. Hi, Axis. You want to come up and say hi? You want to watch me beat up some Imperial assholes? And I've been playing so much Mario RPG that I'm like, I need to press buttons during attack and defense, or else I'm doing it wrong. Axis, you don't need to be up there, my son. Axis. Yeah.
That was easy.
Axis. Get down. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi to the internet. Your brother was being good sitting up there. And then your dad just has a straight up gun. Just shot a guy in the head. Like,
Pulled his trigger and he's dead.
Mamma mia, Figaro. Beelzebub.
Oh.
Axis. No, don't go back that way.
Axis, come here, baby.
Hey, a treasure chest.
Please don't make me reach for you because I'm very uncoordinated today and I don't want to know things.
He can stay there as long as he doesn't try to get back up on the bookshelf again. Or eat my Steam Deck USB-C charger.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Alfonso. Oh god, I forgot he had a dickish name. Hello, I'm Alfonso. I've kidnapped this woman. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, basically, he's completely useless. He's a prince, so he thinks he's hot shit. But, like, he's just the shit part of it.
Much like anything from J.K.
Oh, not inaccurate. These guys are just fodder. But you can launch shit out of those little sticks of yours. That's... Alright, you die, and then we got one left. She is going to kill him. Or not. You kill the first one in one hit. And you let him get the attack in first.
All the winners.
I actually have a friend in the VTubing scene who really loves this game and streamed it on Twitch several years ago. I've done a full Let's Play of it. I haven't done this version. This is the GameCube version. So the original came out on the Dreamcast. I did Let's Play that version. The GameCube version is a slightly tweaked version. It has some additional content as well as they adjusted the frequency of battles. You could get into a random fight, and then as soon as you're back out in the dungeon or world map, you literally take a step forward and it automatically loads the next random encounter.
Oh.
Like...
That's fun.
I had a lot of fun editing that because it's just like, there were a couple of sections in that where I'm just like, I straight up edited out like 10 minutes of content out of a video because there's just random encounter, I say 2 words, random encounter, and then I'm just like, I'm going to cut all of that out. Alright, so he thinks he can lock the door and that will stop me. Meanwhile, there's a door going out here. And also, it was nighttime when we started this. This is not nighttime, this is daytime.
Hey, no scratching. Perfect.
But one of the fun things about the Dreamcast version is you always knew when the random encounters were going to happen. Mm-hmm. Because the disk drive would spin up, and the disk drive on the Dreamcast is incredibly loud.
Yeah.
So you just hear the zzz, zzz, and like, I'm going to get into a random encounter.
Here we go.
So he also blames all of this. He kills this guy as a scapegoat. It's like, I can't tell the Empress that I lost my ship to pirates, but if I say that there was a traitor amongst us that betrayed me, and so he kills one of his own loyal soldiers.
Yeah, that sounds right. Weren't we just talking about Joffrey Baratheon?
We were, a friend of mine posted a ranker top list of most hated characters on television, and like
the first 2 were Joffrey Baratheon and
Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones, and then it was, you know, one of the characters from Breaking Bad, and then some characters from The Sopranos, and then it's Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, he's not in the top 5, but he made it to number 6.
I mean, pretty fucking awful.
Yeah, that's the it is. This all happened right before sunrise, so pre-dusk or dawn. So.
I mean, just let it pick up speed and step aside.
I mean, the sad thing is it doesn't move. It just shoots lightning out of its horns.
Like, but that's silly.
And you counterattack? You're kind of a dick, Billy. You gonna counterattack again? Nope, you're just gonna do a shit ton of damage to Vice. Okay. I'm gonna heal and I'm going to attack. And you're gonna counterattack, meaning you're gonna kill her next turn. Oh no, you're gonna attack Vice. That's fine. That's okay. Vice is gonna get another hit in, so that's cool too. Now we're gonna do this. And I can't do that because I don't have enough spirit. I've got spirit, yes I do. Ujo, good evening. Alright. Upside is he can't counterattack that. He can counterattack that still though. But yeah, just keep beating up on Vice. Vice has the HP for it. And apparently a really good counterattack rate right now. Alright, you're going to heal yourself because you've taken a little bit of damage. So the fun thing about this world is there are like 7 different moons. And that makes it feel like it's a box of Lucky Charms.
I'm in a relationship with moons.
But all I could think of is... So I watched a video not too long ago of what would happen if we lost the moon.
A lot.
A lot. None of it good.
No.
None of it good. It's like... So, like... It was under the impression that the moon shatters. What happens to us? It's like, okay, now we have rings, so we're like Saturn. And like, okay, that has some cool features, also some really shitty features. Because the moon will, you know, affect the tides, but it also kind of affects our tilt.
Yes.
So without that, and now that we have rings, our tilt kind of adjusts. And so now our seasonal changes are both less pronounced and more pronounced. Because, for one, on one side of the rings, parts of the planet would be cast in shadow, which would drastically lower the temperature. The other side, they'd get the reflection of light, making it even warmer. And I'm sitting here going, motherfucker, I didn't even count for that. It's like, imagine just at some point in time, like, you just don't have nighttime anymore, because, like, the light, like, imagine moonlight, but it's coming from an entire band across the sky.
You know.
It's like, oh, shit, that's...
Actually, right now, I am in the middle of the section I'm in my Korean lessons is talking about planets and space, and I know how to, I can write it out. I can't speak English very well, let alone any other language, so don't expect me to speak it. But I could write out, like, a black hole's gravity field is very, very wide.
What are you doing?
The space station fled from the black hole.
I mean...
The aliens fled from the space station.
As they should. Zex, welcome. In Tekkaman Blade, they had a man-made orbital ring. I do remember the orbital ring, and that was actually an interesting concept in series that they never really talked about in the English version. But, so in one of my favorite anime, we had a man-made structure that was a ring around Earth. And it was both a means of simplified space flight, because we had elevators that went up to it that you could transport things, and then you could launch from there with less fuel and energy needed because you were farther away. You didn't need to deal with escape velocity as much. But also for quick transportation, because you could send something up and across and down faster than you could load it onto a plane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was... And then the bad guys took it over and used it as a means of trying to take over our planet because...
You know, like... Or, well, it depends on the bad guys. Because, like, you've got, like, Elysium bad guys. And it's just rich people. So they're not trying to take over the Earth. They're just continuing to enslave it.
So
you know.
These guys, they were part of a civilization called Radam, and their goal was to enslave all sentient life and turn them into Techamen and use those Techamen as soldiers to further enslave other races. So, not great.
Oh, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it depends on the bad guys as to what their relationship is to the Earth. Whether it's, you know, forced recruitment and staging ground to take over other places, or just, you know, sticking it to poor people. It's just
there's different flavors of evil. Tekken Blade is featured. It is, and that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to play some of the Super Robot Wars games. But I remember one of the Super Robot Wars games had characters from Tekken Blade and Tekken Blade 2. Even though technically Tekken Blade 2 is not canon. I love being a fan of things. I fucking hate fandoms.
I don't hate fandoms. I hate toxic fandom. I am a fan of many things and participate in those fandoms. Maybe not to the extent that other people do, but I appreciate fandom. Just not assholes.
Buzz buzz. My phone.
Are we live?
Yeah, I mean we've been live. Like it's not just hitting us an hour. I hope it's not just hitting us a half hour later. I'm pretty sure I said that.
No, you did. I just didn't know if maybe you were gonna get like another.
We must inform you again. J has the original series and W has both series. I liked Tekken Blade 2. I was very confused by it because when it came out, I had not actually seen the ending of the original series because that never aired on television in my area. I had to wait a couple of years, and I bought. Someone recorded every episode off of TV onto VHS, and I had to buy those VHS because, like, Tekken Blade 1 was not commercially available here for a really long time. So, they say your mic seems faint.
Did I hit it? I might hit it. I did.
Oh.
It's faint because you're only hearing me on his.
The magic.
Apparently, at some point in all of my bumping around the house, I managed to turn it off.
Those games also feature Full Metal Panic, Martin's successor, Nadesco. I haven't seen Martian's successor. I have seen a little Full Metal Panic. It also had Detonator Organ, which was like Tekken Blade Light, or Light. Very similar series, very similar concept. So, but no, the Super Robot Wars games were great. I just love the concept of, Gundams fighting alongside, other giant mechs and basically anything else mecha related, and like we're trying to make a coherent story about it. Like, I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm supposed to be. I think I'm supposed to be piloting. Having some shoe issues?
I'm having some autistic sock issues. I cannot stand to feel the seam of my sock on my pinky toe.
I actually get that. I don't have the same sensory, but like I get that.
Like, as a kid, I either refused to wear socks or had to wear them inside out. And then at a certain point, I found out that cute socks exist. So I had to figure out how to wear them right side out. And so I just took to, like, twisting my sock so that the seam was, like, halfway under my foot. So it wasn't touching my pinky. But these socks just keep slipping in my shoes and doing the thing that makes me very uncomfortable. A little murdery.
One of the things about this game that I think you would like is you can find discoveries. The letter D, but no one remembers who like
All right.
there's like 50 discoveries in the game that you can find. And like some of them are just like you find it just by playing the game, but most of them are like just they're like you wander to a random spot and then
there's a thing.
Your compass kind of goes haywire. Like you'd think, hey, this is a thing. Oh no, hey, random encounter.
Yeah, I have all of the ingredients. I'm probably not going to cook until tomorrow because the scalloped corn doesn't reheat very well without significant time in the oven because it's so dense. And the other just really doesn't require much time. So I decided to make some cranberry apple cheese pastry things.
I have to cook stuffing tomorrow at some point. Because, yeah, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And that's actually another reason why I'm playing this game. Because I remember being in high school, on fall break, playing the demo to this game before it came out. And then I remember, so the Dreamcast, I can't get it right now, the Dreamcast had weird memory cards called VMUs that had a little tiny screen on them and little buttons. You could play little tiny games on them. And it came with the game for this one, which was basically just like, not quite Frogger, like you had to just fly a little ship and it just kept zooming across, like you had to get treasure and avoid obstacles and that sort of thing. And it was a fun game. And I remember bringing my memory card to that, to the bus stop the first day back, and Will was asking me, what are you doing? It's like, I'm playing this little mini game from this game that I got the demo disc for. Like, I spent the entire break playing through this, like, 2-hour demo disc over and over and over again. Because this was just a really unique concept for an RPG. It's like, okay, there is no solid ground. Everything is islands. It's like, it's your literal sky pirates. There's no, like, if you fall overboard, you're dead because you just fall to a nothing abyss. I'm like, okay, this is neat, and it has like ship battles and dungeons and all the typical RPG tropes. But like, I spent my entire fall break playing this game, except for one bit that I remember. My cousins came to visit. It's been Thanksgiving. It was Tim and his kids. And these are his kids that I don't think you've met. You may have met Kelly.
I've met Kelly.
The oldest is Amber. And she and I were very close as kids. And that faded away as we grew older. I didn't even speak to her at my grandmother's funeral.
Yeah.
But I remember I was playing this, and my cousin was sitting there, and then not my cousin Amber, but Amber called me. And I stopped playing to talk to her on the phone. And my cousin's sitting there going, giving me a look. Like, I'm like, no, she was dating my friend Will at the time. And she's like, you don't stop playing games to talk to anyone else. You stop playing a game to talk to her. I'm like, what's her name? I'm like, I'm not telling you what's her name. Her name's Amber. And she's like, oh God, that's creepy. I'm like, fuck off. Get out of my room.
I mean, what was it that I called you earlier?
A pervert.
No, you little pervert.
And I said, don't kink shame.
And I wasn't kink shaming. Just calls them as I sees them. You're the one who wanted to hug me.
Yeah. I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and one of the scenes was Boyle hugs Peralta, and it's like, next time you see me, I'll be all out of orgasms. Like, you can't say that when you're hugging someone.
And I told him, really, don't say that while hugging someone.
And I got up and
he tried to hug me. And he nearly got a fork.
I nearly got a fork in the face.
Not in the face. It would have been the chest. It's fine. You're starting to want to stop it.
Like playing classic RPGs like Chrono Trigger on these 7 November. I actually will also play Chrono Trigger in November as well because middle school, my parents moved into a really nice neighborhood, completely uprooted me from the neighborhood we were in. And I thought it was going to be really shitty because I'm like, I'm not going to have any friends here. I don't know. And I made friends there I made some of my best friends in that neighborhood because it's where I met Will and Philip and, all of them. And so, like, in the end, I loved living there. But at first, I was kind of frustrated about it. And we moved over the summer. So it was just, like, a complete clusterfuck of, like, I'm starting next year here and I don't know. Like, I went to the same school, but, like, I don't know any of the people I'm getting ready to get on a bus with. And that's super awkward at that age. But that Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving in that house, I remember just getting the flu. And I felt like complete shit. And I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. I just drank a lot of water. That's all I felt like. I wanted to drink a lot of water, and what little I wanted to eat had to be salty. I needed a ton of salt. And so a friend of mine lent me his Super Nintendo and Chrono Trigger. And I lent him my Game Gear, I think. I lent him something in return. And so, like, that was the first time I sat and played through Chrono Trigger from beginning to end in one setting. Every other time, like, I'd played it in bits. It was like months in between picking up a save file.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd miss something because he'd pick up and play like the wrong save file for a few minutes and then realize that, got to do something else. But that was my first time playing through it all in one setting. And I felt considerably better by the end of that couple of days where because it took me a couple of days to, But I do like to play RPGs in the fall. I mean, I like to play RPGs all year long, but, like...
There's a special nostalgia.
There's a special nostalgia for, this time of year.
For the longest time, I was convinced I really didn't have that, and then I actually talked about it in therapy last week. Because Sarah was like, so you've never really talked a whole lot about, like, were there any traditions in your family for Thanksgiving, or blah, 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 blah. Like, well, yes and no. And then I just realized that I'm nostalgic for being in the kitchen with Mom. It's like, valid. Not really the extended family, not really any of that. Just, you know.
Yeah, she was asking what traditions my family had as well. And like, we didn't have a lot of Thanksgiving traditions. It was just kind of like we got people together as we could for dinner. We had more Christmas traditions, so that's going to be fun. Going over those.
Yeah.
Did they? Hi, son. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come up? Come on. Do you want to come up?
Although I did get to finally tell her about the time when I think I was like 24 or something, and I cooked Thanksgiving all by myself and fed 25 people. Still very proud of that.
Hi. What are you doing?
A whole bunch of college kids that couldn't go home or didn't want to go home or whatever.
Ow. I really need to have Libet come trim your claws. You have very sharp little feetses right now.
You have 5 daggers on each paw.
You want to come sit here? Hi. How's that? That better? Hi. He's like, yes, it's better. Now I can get in your face.
Oop. Oh, do you have an itchy ear? Is that...
He always has an itchy ear.
Itchy ear?
But yeah, like, at this point, playing certain games is kind of like the closest to certain holiday traditions I've got. People got your tongue.
I win.
Hi, son.
You're such a good sport.
You are. Hi. It's like, God damn it, you're doing it too, Father.
Aren't you so glad that I taught everybody that game? I am. It makes me laugh.
I gotta go find. I don't remember where my dad's cabin is for his pirate hideout. I don't think it's there. I think it's the one on top here.
And I didn't even have to work for that one. Oh, what's this? Ear and the chin at the same time?
No, that's Sleepy Time Junction. Is this it?
Somebody's making their way. Sleep Time Junction.
Yep, this is it. Because loads of cutscene. Hi. Who's messaging me?
Your face.
I mean, kind of. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Silly boy. Oh, itchy ear. Always has such an itchy ear. See? Always such an itchy ear. You're so goddamn adorable, you know that? Bat and Kaidos and Grand Blue have the same thing with their settings. Get it? Yes! Rowan has to come back up and be snuggly. He needs the attention. He's made recording very difficult this week. I've actually tried recording a couple of times, ran into some technical issues, and then I did some testing this evening. All the while he's just like, Father, let me in. You gonna lay down? You gonna lay down, be a good boy? It's like, nope. Jess is gonna pet me. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, I gotta get all the pets in while I can. Like, as if I'm never coming over ever again. No. Axis will sure think that for a minute.
Yeah.
Bitch, I thought you was dead.
And then when you come over, it's like, you have abandoned me. I hate you now.
Yeah. Better not leave, like, take off my shoes and leave them anywhere. I'll pee in them.
Probably. He's a dick. Alright, now we can leave and go to the world above. Hi, son. But no, speaking of Thanksgiving, normally I do my Thanksgiving video. But this year I figured since we're doing the live stream, I'd just talk about it now. Like, normally I do the Unreal Tournament video, but like... I'm live streaming now, and it's tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So...
Yeah, man.
I mean, I love the concept of Thanksgiving. I hate the history of Thanksgiving. Like, what am I thankful for? I mean, I'm thankful for a lot. How did Thanksgiving start? We stole land and genocide, and
we're just celebrating genocide. It's fine.
Would you like some giant radishes?
I mean, I like-ish radish. I don't know that I want to try one.
It's easy to get scurvy when you're always out sailing.
That's true.
It's why pickled turnips are so important.
Yeah. Eat some fruit. Get you a vitamin C supplement.
I mean, they probably didn't have that. I mean, I have no idea if they have that here. I don't know what... I mean, the tech level of this world is vastly confusing. We have flying ships. That, in itself is going to, be a difficult thing to gauge. I also love how Vice's mom is just Vice's mom. She doesn't get a name.
I mean...
much like when I was a child, I never knew my friends' parents' first names.
I knew a lot of them. I just felt uncomfortable calling them that. Sometimes. Not all the time. It depended on the parents. Most of them were pretty cool.
I did, however, love this. The whole world setting is just
bonkers.
Yeah. Like, imagine, being on a floating island. And like, there's a thing.
Oh.
There was a thing. Like, just looking out into a sunset and just everything turning like shades of orange to purple. Like, that's just gotta be awesome.
I mean...
It's gotta be cool as shit.
We also get that when there's a lot of pollution in the air. Fort Worth has some really great sunsets.
So what you're saying is we need to pollute the air. Hi, Axis. Welcome back. Did you realize your brother was getting all the attention? It's like, no touchy-defeaties. No touchy-defeaties. Very anti-feet. I have the opposite of a foot fetish. Rowan does not care what his WikiFeet score is. Do you, son?
If I had one, it would be in the negatives. And that's okay.
I love their shocked expressions.
Like, that's how you catch flies.
Oh, it apparently can zoom too.
Google Glass.
Ah, yes. Kitty boys. I am thankful for my kitty boys.
I am thankful for them too.
They are lovey boys when they're not being little assholes. Or beating each other up for no discernible reason. Which happens more frequently than it should.
It's because I've got them all unsettled and shit. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, in fairness, they just kind of beat the shit out of each other randomly before that, too.
Well, yeah, but the amp up, I feel like, is probably because I'm unsettling their living environment at the moment.
Are you unsettled? Maybe a little bit. I'm trying to pet you, give you lovin's. Don't bite me. Oh, that is an itchy spot. It's like, I just want to be left here alone. No. Alright, you got it?
We're holding hands?
Hi, son. What are you doing?
He's holding brace.
And he's like, no. I'm grumpy now. You made fun of me.
I played too many time with the feet.
He really does not like his feet played with. But that's okay. We all have
They're
a thing.
such cute little beans.
We all have a thing.
And they're very soft. You're just dropping her off at your mom's.
Basically.
Okay. Hey, Mom, been a while. Take care of this princess for me.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
I'll be back whenevs.
It's like, I'm going to go out with my redheaded friend. Oh, no, apparently she's coming with us. Oh, no, she'll stay. It's like, yeah, I'll stick around here. It's fine. I, however, want to go explore the world.
I want to break into people's homes.
Oh, right, there's a treasure chest over in the... I mostly just forgot where I needed to go to actually get back into the base. Or if I actually am getting back into the base.
Home?
I gotta go up.
Axis.
Son.
He is inside of a box back there.
You know.
There's a kitty in the box. It's redundant.
Son, what are you doing?
Hi, what are you doing?
Being fucking weird. Sure, my LP project going through Grand Prix Cups and Mario Kart. I got the all of the additional content. I've played a couple of the new cups.
Excuse me.
But not enough to where I'm really good for it. Yeah, we're gonna go to Shrine Island.
Yeah, I don't think painting is happening.
I was going to be very surprised if it did. Alright, where is... I'm assuming it's over here somewhere.
I did get paid today, though, so I got a shower curtain rod and hooks and stuff so I can, you know, eventually bathe in my house.
Hi, Axis, come here. You want to come sit?
And a non-slip little mat thing to have in there so I don't slip and fall on the porcelain. Because I am unlikely to wear my watch into the shower.
Alright, son, come here. Do you want to come sit?
Kitty boy. What's the matter?
Like, I'm just being weird.
You look like you're feeling dejected, and I know I'm projecting human emotions onto you, a not human, but you look kind of dejected.
Are you dejected, son? He's like, yeah, I want people to be sitting on the couch where I can be cuddly and happy feet a blanket.
Oh, did you see that mean mug he flashed at me? Access. He's like, it is not morning. You do not have coffee. I am not paying attention to you.
Access. Good boy. Hi.
He spends the morning in my lap on the rocking chair while I'm having my coffee. Yeah. Otherwise, unless I'm feeding him or giving him uppies so he can eat more.
Or sometimes he just wants you to pick him up and then he doesn't want to actually eat the food. He just wants to hop back down and then stare at you and meow for a minute.
Because you clearly misunderstood the not instruction he's given you.
Because, you know, we're so good at reading minds.
I mean...
Yes?
No, just something past relationships, something. Harmony in particular.
Axis, I know you're getting mad at the disk drive because it's spinning, but it wouldn't do that if you weren't sitting on it. Come here. Axis. No, do not want. Do not want. Oh. Or just...
Do not want.
And now must scratch at the rug to reassert my dominance.
I have control over something, damn it.
You know,
I get those feels.
I'm gonna say, I can't say anything negative about that kid. I get it. I am right there with you.
Yep. So I'm about ready to dye my hair black.
I don't know what these things are. They're called loopers. They're like weird sperm with a ring.
Well, that's one way to describe it, I guess. I was gonna say something like an underdeveloped whale playing with a hula hoop, but you know.
They're also like very difficult to hit, and they just fucking run away all the time.
You're just very intimidating.
With my bouncer-like physique, my weird belt and eye patch. Alright, we're gonna press the button. This is obviously gonna do something. Okay, we lowered the entire building doing that, which is probably not helping the draining the water.
You know,
like, we're being super realistic about that. Like, we've just dunked this place further in the water. Oh, but now shit's turned on, and now those things are doing weird shit now that we're walking around. And another fight. That is one thing I don't like about this, sir. I can't tell when the random encounters are happening. Alright, we are going to light everyone on fire.
so the very first piece of tableware, I guess, that I got for the house, I picked up at the thrift store for 45 cents. It's a dessert plate that's a part of a set that was from Target. And I don't know what the rest of the set said. I just know that I ended up with a plate that said, "Fire is so delightful." So, I mean, I know it's supposed to be part of a Christmas set, but I just went, I like fire.
The fire
It is
so delightful. Yeah, these guys are just kicking my ass.
Yeah, you're looking a little rough.
Oh, no, she's dead.
Wow.
I love how the status effect is a coffin.
You know.
Alright.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I say counterattack and kill him. Thank you. That way I've only got one thing left to deal with. Not that I'm gonna kill him. Because I'm gonna fucking miss. And now he's gonna kill me. Oh, no. I can... God damn it, wrong thing. Yeah, I'm dead. I didn't want to focus. I wanted to use my special attack. Because the special attack would have killed him. Instantly. But I hit the wrong fucking thing.
you know.
Oh my God. Really?
But the fire is so delightful.
It is!
One day you're going to walk up to me standing over the fire pit going,
The fire
is
is
so delightful. Kind of surprised you haven't yet. I think that's just because we don't use the fire pit very often.
Alright, so now I gotta go through all that bullshit again. God damn it. This is why you gotta save all the fucking time in older games.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of that habit with newer games. I've got Let's Know stuck in my head. That's on Jen, that's not on me.
That's on Threshold and Target. I'm just relating to everyone my first purchase.
The fire is so delightful.
Actually, so one year, after a particularly rough semester in grad school, I threw a party. And, we had some tasty noms and lots of booze. And I told everybody to bring every research paper and test they were upset about. And we would burn it. And we did. It was very cathartic.
I mean, I did something similar after the divorce. Like, I burned a couple of things. Like, no, this is shit that just does not need to be in my life anymore. And it was an experience. Mostly because some of the stuff that was on that paper, not like what was written or sentimental, it's like the actual chemicals and things like printed on the paper caused it to go up in weird, fun colors. There was had to been some like phosphorus or magnesium or something in that, because like fire does not normally turn purple unless chemically aided.
It was just a special celebration of the divorce.
The fire was so delightful.
Yup.
And a little purple. A little purple. And a little green. There was a little green too. Which I used to remember what all the different stuff that you could add to fire to make the...
I mean, I used to have the little, chart. I don't anymore.
Yeah. I mean, and then it was funny because, then they started talking about it on Dr. Stone. I'm like, hey, I used to remember this. And now I don't fucking remember it. I'm still fuck, I don't remember this.
But yeah. No, 12 tipsy, angry grad students throwing shit into a fire. I'm kind of surprised we didn't have the authorities called on us or something, because we were...
Or...
all day. All fucking day.
Or fire-based injuries.
No fire-based injuries. I've actually never been injured by fire.
Libby says, please remember to bring the whipping cream tomorrow. I found the cartridges in the canister.
Remember to bring the whipping cream because I won't have it over there and I'm cooking over there.
I am texting myself now so that I remember. I'm texting myself whipping cream. And that's not a double entendre at all.
I mean, it depends on what you're into.
Look, we all know that I'm into weird shit. So. Not food related.
I'll be sure to break out the the cat of nine tails or something that I don't have.
I think that's a discovery that we can find later in the game. But I saw it was one of those, like, you work in IT meme posts. Mm-hmm. Someone made a cat of nine tails of Cat 5 cable. And it's the Cat 5 of nine tails. And I'm like, what's that? Like, that would hurt way worse.
So much worse.
Especially when it had the RJ25 connectors on it, the little plugs. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, no. Like, without those, it's like, okay, that could be a sex toy. It's still a little rough.
I mean, it doesn't have to be about sex.
I mean, it's true. That could just be a torture implement. But yeah, like, just that was a hilarious, like, oh, that's me, until you're like, oh god, the flaying.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to lose chunks of skin.
Yeah. Cat 5 of nine tails. Also sounds like some sort of, like, Borg mythological creature. The Borg tells stories of an ancient manticore, the Cat 5 of nine tails.
I like this. It exists in Unimatrix Zero. This is where they're telling the stories.
We can bring these stories from Unimatrix Zero to scare the rest of the Borg. Meanwhile, the Borg Queen is like, the fuck are these people smoking?
Like, I knew we assimilated some weird shit, but the fuck, man?
Yeah, just the Borg as a species, the first human that they assimilated, and then once they got to Picard, they should be like, nope, we are not, because, like, you've got all of Picard's history, which, like, it's funny because, like, you see all the stories and the interviews from the cast of that time, and, like, Patrick Stewart always talked about how he was just expecting to be fired the first couple of months that he was there. He's like, because, like, he didn't look like Kirk.
Yeah, he didn't know anything about Star Trek.
Like, and, like, Gene Roddenberry was very vocal about how Patrick Stewart was not a good fit because he wanted, like, the dashing, like, and this guy who's bald and
who was
British.
Everything that people think Kirk was.
Yeah, like, Canon Kirk was a fucking nerd. He was bullied. Whereas Canon Picard was like, I get into fucking bar fights and got stabbed through the heart. Like, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig up ancient ruins and find some hot chick to bang about it. Like,
yeah, like, the second the Borg assimilated him, they should have just been like, we are fucking done with the species. We are staying away from the Sol system. We're staying away from Federation space.
There's distinctiveness, and then there's distinctiveness.
Because you got to be like, okay, Picard. They assimilate him. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. He gets into drunken bar fights. He has a fake heart. He's already part Borg. He's got some cybernetics going on. Cool. He has got some really deep-seated awkward feelings for his chief of medicine.
Yeah. Lots of daddy issues?
Lots of family issues. Like, yeah, there's just a lot that should have just...
Jack Crusher took so much after his daddy. so much.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing was just like... And then, this is not even getting into the shit that Picard knows. Because Picard, he went through Starfleet Academy. I've never been through a military academy experience. But... just going to sit here and say there's probably some shit that goes down in dorms.
There is.
Like...
I have a friend who went to the Naval Academy and promptly left the Naval Academy. Like, nope.
Whole lot of nope. Like, there's just a lot of, like... The Borg would have been like, I'm not kink shaming, I'm kink, let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm kink leaving you to it, and I hope you have a nice life.
Because, like, they're also like, oh God,
Please stay out of the Delta Quadrant.
They are also, like, they reproduce. And then they just fuck for fun. Like, oh God. And then, like, heaven forbid they like, oh, and what does this species spend all its time doing? Okay, so it's fighting against the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Cardassians. Let's look at those other races. Shit. This is a race that is holding their own against these guys. Like, there's all those, the memes that pop up of, like, how other species would react to humans. It's like, they show their teeth as a sign of appreciation and happiness. They keep an apex predator as a home creature, like...
And talk down to it.
Like, there's just a lot of, like, the other... Like, we are space ogres. Like, other species look at it like we are the creepy, like, overly violent, but, like, we think we're just, like, golden retrievers. So, like...
Yeah. We have a very weird opinion of ourselves.
They climb a greased-up statue to determine who is in charge of the class in the Naval Academy. Yeah, that's one of them. I keep forgetting that Pyre does no damage to those fuckers. And then they respond with magic. Are you all gonna counter with Pyre? No?
Hi. Don't boop your nose.
I hate these fucking creepy sperm.
Look, they're just working on their flow routines. Gotta give them the old razzle dazzle.
They're giving me the old look at this! There is explosive razzle dazzle. And I can't hit
I'll
them.
razzle your dazzle.
Yes, run away, you little shits. Oh, did you run out of MP? Please tell me you ran out of MP. At least I killed one of them. They have like 2 HP too. Like, they have very little health. It's just
they dodge
take
and run.
No damage from magic. They dodge all the fucking time and then they just run. Hey, Rowan, you came back. Oh, razzle dazzle. Alright, now we're back at the Shrine Island. There's a save point. I'm going to save it so if I get into a fight with another group of assholes, I'm not going to just outright die or press the wrong button again. But yeah, we are definitely space ogres, and we should be feared as such. And I honestly think if the Borg were as smart as they thought they were, they would have just been like, no, this is going to be a waste of resources, and it is just going to be a headache, and we want no
Yeah.
fucking part of this.
It's not even like, oh, we can't hold our own against them, because clearly they can. It's just, why bother?
Yeah, like it is.
This is ridiculous. Like, this is just absurdity, and wasting resources on it is just unjustifiable.
Like, because, the Borg have been around the galaxy, so they know a lot. The second that they're like, oh, they fucking went back in time and changed history because of the whale probe. The whale probe. Because those fuckers have encountered that thing before, and they're just like, let's leave the humpbacks alone. Maybe that's why aliens haven't come to us, because they... Actually, that is one predominant theory, that we are the galactic neighborhood that is avoided. It's when the aliens come into the Sol system, they're like, roll up the windows and lock your doors, because they're scared that we're going to be like, a flying saucer, let's shoot it down. Because that's what's going to happen.
Because our response is always hostility first.
Yeah. Like, that is actually... one of the predominant theories that, intelligent life does exist out there, and we have not encountered them, but they have encountered us, and they want nothing to do with us. Alright, I'm going to heal, because I've already taken a superfluous amount of damage from these assholes.
I mean... Yeah. I wouldn't even consider it an abduction at this point if I were taken by aliens. It's just a fucking rescue mission.
Aliens, we don't want to waste time with these ass clowns. Yes, that...
These no-talent ass clowns.
These no-talent ass clowns.
He should change his name. He's the one who's a no-talent ass clown.
They probably take our cats because they seem... I mean... They're like, yeah, okay. There's actually... So I did watch a movie a while back that I actually really liked. It was one of Robin Williams' last movies, I think. And it had Simon Pegg in it as the main character. And he gets the ability to make anything he wants happen with a wave of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because aliens gave him that power, because they're testing Earth. And we don't know we're being tested. And all of the aliens are voiced by Monty Python actors.
Alright. Still so very disappointed in you, John Cleese.
Same. But it's like... So, like, he's just like... He's infatuated with his hot neighbor, and he wants to get to know her and date her. And, he's trying to make that happen. The problem is it's kind of like, it starts off as a monkey paw wish, where like he wishes for like, and then like it's like, I want the school to burn down. The school burns down and kills a bunch of people. It's like he undoes that. It's like, nope, no, let's not fucking do that. Like gotta be way more specific. But he wishes that his dog could talk, and that's where Robin Williams' voice comes in. Because the dog is voiced by Robin Williams. And the dog gets the power. Simon Pegg gives the power to the dog, and it's like, okay, this is going to be hilarious. I love this. And it was. It was a great movie. And it was one of those, like, I can kind of see this being like kind of disappointing that it's Robin Williams' last movie, but also not the worst you could go out on.
Yeah.
Like, Raul Julia in Street Fighter. That was an awful movie. And I feel so bad for everyone who had to work on that, because you know it was just a shit show.
Yeah.
But like some of the actors put their heart and soul into it. Like Raul Julia, he only took it because his daughters told him to. The daughters really wanted him to be part of the movie because they liked the game and they thought it would have been cool, not realizing just how shitty it was going to turn into.
Yeah.
And like Jean-Claude Van Damme spent the entire time just on cocaine.
I mean,
Just an insane amount of cocaine. And it was, you know, Ming-Na Wen was in it before Mulan and before, you know, all the other shit she's done, because she has had an amazing career. But like, she was Chun-Li.
I think that was while she was still doing ER, actually.
It might have been. I'm terrible with the timing of that, because like it really feels like Street Fighter was like super early childhood before anything else, and it's like it's not quite that degree. Like it really wasn't quite that degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, like. Everyone else, you know, put a great deal of effort into it. And then, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme was Jean-Claude Van Damming it.
Yup.
They added him to the most recent Mortal Kombat game.
Did they?
Yep. He is a cameo skin. They replaced his... So they replaced... he's Johnny Cage, basically.
Oh, okay.
So you could be Johnny Cage, normal Johnny Cage, with all of his voice lines, or you could be Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is the likeness of Jean-Claude Van Damme, just doing all of Johnny Cage's stuff. Because Johnny Cage was based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme, hence Johnny Cage, Jean-Claude. He did the split punch as a special, like that's what he was based off of. But like they had him voice act in it, and like it's so weird watching him like do like all of Johnny Cage's mannerisms, but they're not all that dissimilar. Like Johnny Cage, he's like the pre-fight intro stuff where like the character's kind of like he gets punched in the face by the opponent and his sunglasses break, and so he takes them off and puts another pair on, but like pushes them up with his middle finger and just kind of like lingers it for a second, and like they just get him to voice Johnny Cage's lines. It's not like and it's just like
some uncanny valley shit.
Yes, that is exactly it. It is uncanny valley. That is the perfect definition, because it's like this is art imitating life, imitating art. Like. It's so fucking trippy. I was so unsettled by it when I saw it. And like okay, yeah, I'm kind of interested in the game, even though like I have not played a Mortal Kombat game in a decade, so like the fact that the story is still continuing, and like this is supposed to be like an in-universe reboot. Like Liu Kang is now the god of all creation. He's like, I'm redoing everything because we broke shit about 3 games ago, and it's just gotten a little crazy. The fuck is that?
It looks like something from Real Monsters.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It has a lot of HP.
Which I think is also on Paramount Plus. And I meant to sit down. I watched 1 episode, and I meant to sit down and watch more of it, and I haven't yet. I loved that show when I was a kid.
I actually surprisingly didn't. That was around the time that I started falling out of being interested in Nickelodeon shows.
I think the whole like monster thing appealed to me as like an autistic kid that didn't fucking know they were autistic. don't quite fit in, and
I do remember at one point being super into Are You Afraid of the Dark?
see, that was too scary for me as a kid. To be fair, a lot of things were too scary for me as a kid. And it turns out it wasn't really those things that were scary. It was all of, like, the jump scares and stuff. The sudden noises. It was a sensory issue and not so much a fear issue. Doesn't matter. My parents still laughed at me for jumping when Willie hit the tank window in Free Willy. Who knew I would grow up to have multiple anxiety disorders? Who could have guessed? Yes, Doug and Rugrats.
I liked Doug. I liked Doug before it got picked up by ABC.
Yeah, once it became a Disney property, it lost all, like, whatever. But
Yeah.
Nickelodeon Doug was pretty
Nickelodeon
rad.
Doug was great.
And I was a little older than the age range that Rugrats was primarily geared toward, but my sister fell in that age range, and so I'd end up watching it because she was watching it. And then turns out there were a whole lot of dynamics in that show that I found very relatable, like Chucky having just as much anxiety about everything as I do.
I didn't like Rugrats at first, and then
It did take a minute to grow on
it
me.
was actually in reruns and then like also like some of the references were like they constantly kind of like made Tommy the Doctor from Doctor Who, like with a screwdriver and everything, like some like Deus Ex Machina type shit that would always pop, like and then of course why are you making pudding at...
Yeah, because I've lost all control of my life. Also, the composer for that show's music is actually a member of Devo.
Really?
Mark Mothersbaugh is a member of Devo.
I
Founding member.
Did not know that.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes more or less sense now.
That's kind of how I felt about it.
Well, shit, that's interesting.
Yep. Also watched a lot of Rocket Power with Cass. Gosh, there was another one. So it turns out my sister and I have reversed roles as far as our opinions on SpongeBob are concerned, because I didn't like it much while I was watching it while Cass was a kid. And now I love SpongeBob, and she's like, I don't really care for it. Well, you're missing out, sweetheart. You're gonna miss like 80% of my references.
I mean, probably more than.
Because there is a SpongeBob meme for every occasion.
God damn it. Of course, I use it on the person who doesn't need it. Ren and Stimpy. Okay, I liked Ren and Stimpy, but I shouldn't have liked Ren and Stimpy. Like, Ren and Stimpy is, like, looking at it now as an adult, like, that's one of those shows that I'm like, my parents probably thought I was going to grow up to be a sociopath. Because it's like, it's weird, it's not even toilet humor. I mean, there is toilet, but like,
Just gross out humor in
Yeah.
general. Yeah, I didn't get into Ren and Stimpy. Rocco's Modern Life is what I was thinking of.
I
love Rocco's
Rocco's Modern Life was great.
I still really love cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, I watch more anime than anything else now, so I always miss like 80%.
To be fair, most people do.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just him.
Because we grew up with the same media. But like Ren and Stimpy, like, again, as a kid, I thought it was hilarious. As an adult, I'm like, okay, but then they rebooted it. Mm-hmm. But it was like on MTV, and it was really geared toward adults with the reboot. Which is kind of where it always wanted to be, but like...
Yeah.
But like, I will never forget that, my brain just kind of going, I can't with this, is like watching Ren, who is a chihuahua, giving a woman a bath and basically just rubbing her tits as they are covered in bubbles from, he's just like, I'm like, happy, joy, yeah, that's fun, classic, it's great. Log, also another good one, but then...
Both very popular in the dugout when I was playing softball in middle school.
But then it went weird. So weird.
It wasn't my scene.
Yeah. Anyway, it is time to end the stream. Thank you all for tuning in to this stream. I know a lot of you are probably on some sort of vacation, or hopefully at least somewhat out of work. For those of you who don't work retail, for those of you who do work retail,
I am so sorry.
You have my deepest sympathies.
Thoughts are with you.
And I swear to you, I will not go out shopping on Friday. I refuse. I categorically refuse.
I have had to do that a couple of times, but it was like last minute runs to Walgreens and couldn't really help it. It was like to get medicines and shit.
Yeah, like.
But not like buying a $300.
Like, I'm not going to show up to buy a TV from like that's no.
Right.
Yeah, no. So
$300 worth of socks, like it.
No. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I do hope if you celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow, I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. If not, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. I hope the rest of the week goes well.
Fancy Food Thursday.
It is a Fancy Food Thursday. Or if you're one of those people who don't celebrate Thanksgiving but reside in the U.S., it's Chinese Food Thursday. Because, one of the few places that's open is the chain restaurant. That was the word I was going chain. Like, what the?
Yeah, my sister's a team lead. Or, sorry, the front end coach at Walmart. Her Walmart, and
yeah, I just
my heart is with you.
Yeah, but I have started working on a new project. I even have a thumbnail for it.
Oh,
so, yeah. So hopefully that'll be starting up.
Hot damn! Got some hot shit over here.
That's over here. So I'll have that going up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. You got anything going up?
No, not currently, because I've been busy moving stuff and painting. I do need to sit down and make time to write. Maybe I'll do that at some point over the weekend. Or sometime towards the end of next week after I get my couch.
Got a couch coming. So, but yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, fantastic rest of your week. Hopefully it is relaxing and not at all stressful for either the family-related things or the non-family-related things or the work-related. Hopefully it's a good week. Hopefully you have a good week. I'm hoping the rest of my week goes well. I'm really just hoping to stuff my face tomorrow. And just that's it. So, but Take care of yourselves. We will see you next week. Same hat time, same hat channel for another live stream. If I do have to cancel for whatever reason, I will post about it in the Discord, so go check that out below. So yeah. Happy
Take
holidays.
care.
Take
Be
care.
safe.
Be safe. Enjoy the
Drive
tryptophan.
sober.
Drive sober.
Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
And enjoy the tryptophan.
Enjoy the tryptophan.